Once again, we have arrived at that important time of the year when we advocate for the future funding for the Frederick County Public Schools and fulfilling the promise of public education. Our staff has been diligently researching and analyzing information regarding the needs of our educational system in order to continue our existing programs, respond to enrollment growth, and to identify needs to continue to support improved student performance. We have engaged staff and the community in identifying and discussing priorities for funding. All of this information guides us in the preparation of our budget to continue our success as a respected pillar of Frederick County. The FCPS Department of Public Affairs has developed a video presentation to highlight some of the many successes of our school system, as well as some of our needs. We trust that you will find the video to be informative and inspiring.
A community's greatness starts and grows through the quality of its public educational system. Great schools inspire quality education. Quality education builds great thinkers. Great thinkers build successful enterprises. Successful enterprises build strong economies. Strong economies generate vibrant and healthy communities that depend upon great schools. Public education is at the heart of our community. It shapes who we are. In Frederick County, our promise is to empower our young people no matter who they are, no matter their backgrounds or circumstances. We want them to be prepared to succeed in college and careers. By focusing on the whole child, we prepare students to live a productive life and become good citizens with a bright future. In Frederick County Public Schools, our mission is to provide options that reach our students with exceptional teaching and caring support, challenge them to achieve their potential, and prepare them for success in a global society. Frederick County depends on the opportunities that our schools guarantee. Public education keeps our community moving forward. It prepares our future community leaders, our business leaders, and our workforces.
The strength of your community is going to depend on having talented workers who can help business to thrive, having quality leaders who can serve your community and lead in your government and in your nonprofit organizations. It's all part of what makes Frederick County strong, and our school system is an integral part of that.
Frederick County Public Schools is a successful school system in a diverse and growing community. Frederick County bridges rural, suburban, and urban lifestyles near both the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore metropolitan communities. Enrollment for 2019 is 43,900 students, an increase of 1,111 students over the year before. Frederick County is home to 67 schools, including 37 elementary, 13 middle, 10 high, 3 public charter, an alternative school, special education, flexible evening high, and a career and technology center. Our reach in this community is far and wide. Our school system is governed by an elected board of 7 members.
Our school system is very blessed to have a very supportive, not only business community, but nonprofit community, and in general, all the citizens of Frederick County.
We balance top-rate academics with the personal caring and individual attention you would expect in a small-town community. In FCPS, we understand that the children we educate today will be the adults caring for our community's health, homes, businesses, and neighborhoods tomorrow. Frederick County's investment in public education is an investment in our future.
I think Frederick County Public Schools has taught me a lot, but it has shown me a lot of integrity and a lot of respect for me, and I have learned a lot of things, and it has given me a lot of opportunities for the future.
I feel as though Frederick County on a whole is very unified and is very community centered.
Heading to Urbana High, the Hawks were the only high school in the state of Maryland to receive the 2019 National Blue Ribbon Distinction. The honor recognizes overall academic excellence and progress closing achievement gaps among student subgroups. Every year, the U.S. Department of Education seeks out and celebrates great public schools that demonstrate that all students can achieve at high levels. The award affirms the hard work of students, teachers, families, and communities in creating safe and welcoming schools where students master challenging content.
That award is extra special to us because we have never received such state and national accolades before. I think that award here really is in response to the academic commitment that our faculty have to challenge every learner to reach his or her individual potential.
I think it is a special place when it comes to the people that you work with. Your coworkers they are top-notch people in my opinion. And I just feel like there's this overall vibe here that I very much appreciate.
In 2017, Lynx opened its doors to students at Frederick High School. Envisioned as the next generation American high school, Lynx stands for Linking Youth to New Experiences. Lynx serves students in a comprehensive high school, but offers them a number of unique features designed to enhance teaching and learning. Students are not hand-selected. They come to the school by way of the normal feeder pattern.
We get a lot of visitors at Frederick High School because of Lynx, and the main question is, how do you personalize education for all students at a diverse, comprehensive public high school? We serve over 1,500 students through Lynx, and it's really been a team effort for Frederick County Public Schools at all levels to put in place the pieces that we need to make Lynx work. The advocates, the partnerships, competency-based education, innovative learning models, flexible scheduling. It's exciting because Frederick High School has really become the place to innovate. Our students, they really truly have access every week, every month, to hear guest presentations within the school. They can go to a business partner's workplace for a tour, go on a college visit. So many opportunities, and we're very, very grateful for the support that our business community is providing to Lynx.
The dual enrollment program continues to expand, boasting the largest program in the state of Maryland. This unique partnership provides students with another option during the school day in their junior and senior year. The program offers many benefits like less time required after high school to finish a college degree, a head start on the college experience, and a financial savings on tuition.
Dual enrollment in Frederick County is unique in that it offers so many different options to so many different students. We have a very strong school-based program in every high school in Frederick County as well as in the Career and Technology Center. So every student has the opportunity to take college courses in their home high school. We do also have that opportunity for students to come to Frederick Community College and be able to take classes on campus with other college students.
It's hard to miss the steady buzz that sounds like teamwork and progress in the classrooms at the Career and Technology Center. It remains one of FCPS's perfect recipes that blends academic success with hands-on experiential learning, preparing and empowering students in their chosen trades and careers. By developing soft skills and a conduct of professionalism, students hone in on career opportunities and get a jump start on their future during their regular school day.
You see it every day here. Our students always come to school. We've got a very high attendance rate. Students usually stick with us for 2 years. They get their industry certification as well through our various programs. So the value added piece for our school is another draw where students feel like I can come to the Career and Technology Center and get all of my high school graduation credits and get the value added pieces like industry certification at the same time. And then there's the other piece of dual enrollment, which really makes our school special, where again, students can come here and get their high school credit as well as the dual enrollment credit simultaneously.
There's no shortage of patriotism at Governor Thomas Johnson High School's Navy Junior Reserves Officers Training Corps program. Red, white, and blue cover the hallways, as do well-disciplined cadets in Navy uniforms. The NJROTC's accredited curriculum emphasizes citizenship and leadership development, as well as an excellent naval science curriculum. Classroom instruction is blended with extracurricular activities of community service, academic, athletic, drill and orienteering competitions, field meets, flights, visits to naval yards, marksmanship sports training, and physical fitness training.
The special thing about the NJROTC program is that it's not only a leadership program that has military elements added into it, but it also allows you to exercise that leadership pretty much daily. And that's the exciting part about it. And that experience you can't otherwise get anywhere else.
One of the special programs we're most proud of in Frederick County is the Earth and Space Science Lab. Kids and adults alike come alive in this educational paradise that offers hands-on science curriculum for elementary students and community. The Osherman Planetarium features a 35-foot dome that houses a Goto Kronos hybrid planetarium system, which projects realistic models of our solar system and features a digital system that projects movies 360 degrees on a dome ceiling.
We are profoundly unique. There's nothing like it in Frederick County, and certainly nothing like it in the state. So we see every 1st through 5th grade student in Frederick County. And one of the neat things that we hear a lot about is we have folks who come up to visit from Montgomery County and Northern Virginia and Washington County and kind of all over, always remark that they wish they had something like this in their areas, and they don't.
Our job here is, when the students walk in the door, is to get them excited about learning. First thing, is it holding a snake and then touching it for the first time, or seeing a beautiful skyline on the planetarium dome? All these things kind of open their eyes and amaze them to possibilities, and it makes them want to learn more.
There's one place we all know we make a difference, and that's Rock Creek School. That's why we're so proud to be building Rock Creek, a brand new facility at the Walkersville Middle campus this year. The newly designed Rock Creek School will have a state-rated capacity of 120 students and will be a single-story facility with a parks and recreation gym designed for special needs programs.
The new building is going to create a world of difference for our students. It's innovative, it's modern, it's got wall-to-wall technology and Wi-Fi access, and for our students, that's what they utilize every single day for communication, for academics. It also allows them the appropriate hallway access in regards to being able to get 2 wheelchairs down the hallway, because our hallways are going to be built larger, our classrooms are going to be designed larger. We're going to have a brand new therapy pool, we're going to have a partnership with Parks and Recreation where we're able to provide services to students with special needs outside of the school day in our gym, and we couldn't be prouder to build that relationship with the Walkersville community, the feeder schools, because that will give us inclusive opportunities for our students.
The academic lessons would be lacking if FCPS didn't offer a plethora of opportunities outside of the regular school day. Our expansive athletics and extracurricular programs enhance the educational, physical, social, and cultural experiences for our students. These activities provide important developmental experiences, enriching a student's entire life. It is in these vital programs, sports, music, theater, debate, where young people are given more freedom to think critically and operate as a member of a team.
The one thing that we do here at Kemptown is we have a Running Chicks program, and so it's for girls grades 3 through 5, and it's an after-school program. And yes, it's a running piece of it, but there is a counseling component as well. We want to build our girls up. We want them to encourage one another. We want them to work together. We're not in this alone. We're one of many, and supporting each other.
Frederick County Public Schools is one of the few school systems in the state that offers every sport in which the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletics Association has a state championship. In addition to standard offerings such as football, basketball, baseball, and volleyball, we offer swimming and diving, indoor track and field, lacrosse, golf, and field hockey.
Our unified sports program is probably one of the best things that we've ever done in Frederick County Public Schools. In the fall, we offer unified tennis, in the winter, unified bocce, and in the spring, unified track and field. And wow, you want to talk about an awesome experience for our students, go out to a unified sports event.
Frederick County Public Schools is committed to transparency and accountability in our budgeting practices. Once again, FCPS has earned the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting from both the Government Finance Officers Association and the Association of School Business Officials International. With an annual budget of over $500 million, it's no wonder our staff is dedicated to providing financial excellence year to year. The results we achieve in our school system are excellent when considering FCPS per pupil funding is among the lowest in the state and significantly below the state average. Our schools are great, but they could be better by reducing class size, adding more mental health positions, upgrading technology, and addressing transportation needs, which are just of the few of FCPS's funding requirements.
When we're looking at our budget requests, we're trying to make sure that we put as much as we can in the schools and in the classroom. There is the need, of course, for transportation and administrative and those things, but we try to keep those at a minimum, and we always question, if we put a dollar that's not in the classroom, why? But we always try to make sure that that first dollar is going into the classroom and helping the students directly.
I know why Frederick County continues to grow, and a big part of that is people know the kind of education their child's going to receive here, the kind of care, the kind of commitment from the community, that symbiotic relationship that we have, and you can feel. Frederick County is a very special place, and our school systems are a huge part of that.
And for the record, Mr. Lebo did inform me today that thanks to students enrolling after winter break, we have now crossed the 44,000 threshold. So as you can see, we are a thriving educational system with many accomplishments deserving celebration. First and foremost, FCPS is an excellent school system. We strive to provide a high-quality education for our over 44,000 students. Academic achievement on multiple measures show our students collectively score above national and state averages. Our system consistently ranks in the state's top quartile, as evidenced by the recent release of the Maryland Schools Report Card data. We have many, many academic accolades to celebrate. Secondly, FCPS is a unique, forward-leaning public education system. We recognize the importance of preparing our students for success in future careers. These 21st century learners deserve innovative educational opportunities to address their current and future needs. FCPS is committed to providing an experiential 21st century learning education for our students. Thirdly, we have a proven track record of exceptional financial stewardship. Our fiscal services team has won numerous state and national awards for excellence in financial reporting for more than a decade. Our budget has been recognized by the National School Public Relations Association as a document that shows we are committed to transparency and responsible budgeting. These amazing accomplishments happen because of our employees, who are champions of excellence. Our teachers come to our schools every day with the passion and dedication to address the many needs of our students under some very challenging circumstances. It is their efforts that raise our students' performance and prepare them for the future. Our support staff provide maintenance, transportation, security, nutrition, mentoring, counseling, accounting, human resources, and other support services that address the whole child. And they make FCPS a great place to learn, to work, and to thrive. And our administrators offer leadership, innovative thinking, and commitment to each and every student. These servant-style leaders ensure that FCPS is a great place to work and grow as we focus on the future while staying in the present. Though we are an excellent school system with unique academic opportunities for our students, and we have proven financial stewardship, we always strive to improve and do better. You may have noticed from the video that FCPS faces many challenges that can only be addressed through increased funding. FCPS receives most of the funding from two sources, the county and the state of Maryland. Prior to County Executive Jan Gardner and the County Council assuming leadership for Frederick County, our schools received only maintenance of effort funding, which is the minimum level of funding allowed by law, for 7 straight years. This funding created significant challenges for us and did not enable us to meet many needs in our school system. Therefore, FCPS had to reduce staff, eliminate programs, and minimize salary increases to balance the budget. These necessary actions continue to impact our operational budget even today, despite the fact that we have received above maintenance of effort funding from the County Executive and the County Council for the last 6 years. The budget I present tonight demonstrates the need for us to address the fiscal impacts of the past while also recognizing current and future needs of our ever-growing student population. In my superintendent's recommended budget, I also include priorities that have been identified by multiple stakeholders, including employees, parents, and community members. These priorities are critical to the future success of our school system. Priority number 1, ensure the highest caliber of employee at every level in FCPS by offering competitive salaries and a workplace that promotes civility and wellness. Nearly 87% of our budget supports the salaries and benefits of our over 6,000 employees. We know the impact on student performance of a qualified, caring teacher in every classroom, led by a passionate, skilled administrator. We also know the integral role every administrative and support employee plays in ensuring our schools promote academic excellence for students. It is imperative that we offer competitive salaries to recruit and retain the best talent available. For 4 years, we have worked steadfastly to transition to a new pay scale designed to increase our competitiveness. However, in many cases, we still offer salaries in the lowest quartile in the state. We must continue our efforts to improve our competitiveness. Excellence requires our employees to continue to grow professionally. The Department of Organizational Development was designed to enhance professional learning opportunities for all employees and to address the need to mentor our ever-increasing number of newly hired teachers. My recommended budget includes increased funding for salaries and benefits for our staff, and it also includes funding and positions to support professional growth opportunities for all employees. Priority 2, to provide staffing and resources to support the growing needs of our students in the areas of mental health, language acquisition, early education, special education, and intervention. As we understand more and more about the impact of adverse childhood experiences on behavior, the challenges faced by students living in poverty, the increased complexity in the disabilities affecting our students with special needs, and the challenges of students who need to become fluent in English, we must provide the staffing and the resources needed to ensure each and every student graduates college and career ready. My recommended budget includes additional positions for special education, school psychologists, pupil personnel workers, teachers for English learners, and behavioral support assistants. I seek to expand our RISE program for students who previously traveled to non-public placements, and to grow our Delta program, a program that provides intensive intervention for our youngest learners needing behavioral support. Increasing the number of full-day pre-kindergarten classes, which has shown incredible increases in student performance on the kindergarten readiness assessment, is also included in my recommended budget. In addition to these specialized positions, my recommended budget also includes a request to decrease class size. This is a desire that has been expressed by the Board of Education, by parents, by teachers, and students. We value the relationships that our teachers have and build with their students, and our teachers really want to be able to spend even more time with every individual in their classroom. Additionally, my budget begins to work on improving our staffing model by adding the important and much requested support positions of resident substitute teachers and lunch monitors. Priority 3, to develop sufficient replacement cycles to provide the technology resources, both hardware and software, to enable our organization to provide essential services to support instruction and our business functions. Aging infrastructure, devices, and software applications have plagued FCPS for a long time. We have worked slowly and steadily to update critical applications for student data, state assessments, instruction, and business functions in previous budgets. The addition of Chromebooks to support online assessment requirements and personalized learning for our 21st century students has added a significant number of devices across the system. Previous funding was not sufficient to acquire, upgrade, maintain, and replace both instructional and system-wide technology, the hardware and the software requirements. We can no longer operate for technology using a one-time targeted investment model. We need to develop realistic funding for replacement cycles, and with the recommended budget, we begin to set up that type of process. Priority 4, respond to the demands of increasing enrollment and new accountability requirements. Frederick County is a wonderful place to live, and for the last 3 years, we have seen the number of students in FCPS grow between 700 and 1,100 students annually. And we expect to see over 1,000 new students in the coming year as well. My recommended budget must address the staffing and associated costs related to enrollment growth. We've proven again and again that our schools are extremely responsible with taxpayer dollars. earning awards for efficiency, transparency, and community involvement. We have one of Maryland's leanest central office staffing allocations and spend a very low 2% of our budget on administrative services. Our current central office is understaffed, as resources were always prioritized to support enrollment growth in the schools. But we have added hundreds of employees, thousands of new students. We have built new schools, and we have had demands placed on us for accountability that our central office departments are struggling to respond to. We can no longer ignore the needs of the extremely important part of our FCPS team. So my recommended budget includes additional positions and funding to ensure our central office can support this large, complex school system. In closing, the report released by the Kirwan Commission acknowledges that public education in Maryland has been underfunded for many years. We are fortunate to be in Frederick County, where our county executive and our county council have provided funding above the maintenance of effort since taking office. But even with that, FCPS's per pupil funding is among the lowest in Maryland. We spend less than the state average on each student. Yet, the return on investment has been excellent as our staff and students continue to achieve academic results that are above state and national averages. Can you imagine what we could achieve if our funding was also above average? I am proposing a budget totaling $683.4 million. This is $29.8 million above our estimated FY21 maintenance of effort funding level. $29.8 million equates to an increase of only $662 per student. An increase of $662 per student added to what we funded per student in FY19 2 years ago would still have us below the Maryland state average of $15,848. In fact, it would have us $1,216 below the state average of 2 years ago. So $662 per student seems like a very reasonable request and an investment that will provide incredible dividends to our schools and community. My recommended budget for fiscal year 2021 is available on the FCPS webpage. And please know that tonight's presentation of the superintendent's recommended budget is just the start of the conversation. Your engagement and advocacy will be critically important as the budget cycle continues. The next step will be for the Board of Education to review the budget and to recommend a budget to the county government. During that time, the state legislature will be meeting and making decisions about funding for education. By May, the Board of Education will know the level of funding we will be receiving from both the state and the county, and then they will have to work to ensure that FCPS has a balanced budget. So please, please stay informed, stay engaged, and continue to advocate for our needs. We have so much to celebrate about our exceptional public school system in Frederick County. Yet we must continue to do better. The priorities presented this evening outline the critical needs of FCPS to support each and every student now and going forward. Public education is the heart of a community, and we inspire and build the future for Frederick County. Please help us to make a difference. Thank you.
A community's greatness starts and grows through the quality of its public educational system. Great schools inspire quality education. Quality education builds great thinkers. Great thinkers build successful enterprises. Successful enterprises build strong economies. Strong economies generate vibrant and healthy communities that depend upon great schools.
I was afraid I gave you the wrong total, but we've just confirmed that I was actually okay on that. So at this time, we're happy to answer questions that you may have about what you heard, about where things go next. I want to thank Mr. Beninsky, one of our brave Board of Education members, for being here tonight, because I get the easy part. I just say, this is what I'd like to have, and then hand it over to our board. Is there something on TV at 8 o'clock that I need to know about that everybody wants to like get out of here?
Where does it go from here? What's the next step?
So on Wednesday night, you will see a presentation to our Board of Education that goes through those priorities and that shows them the cost. So kind of that summary sheet that you've had here. Mrs. Pellegrino, our Chief Financial Officer, and Heather Clayball, who is our Budget Officer, will take the board through that. And then they will kind of listen to that, and they will let us know if they have particular questions about things. Because then the next week, on January 15th, they will have an all-day meeting, and every department will come in front of them, and they will go through the line item budget. So a position that has been requested, an increase in funding, the board may ask about that. When they let us know those questions in advance, we actually post the answers for the public to see, and you'll be able to see that line item budget as well. From there, we come back to their next board meeting on January 22nd, and at that point, they decide what budget they want the public to respond to. They can send the budget I have recommended forward, they can add to it, they can subtract from it, whatever they want to do. That following Wednesday is a public hearing, and that's where we encourage and ask for your advocacy. What parts of this do you believe are the most critical? Are there things we forgot to put in there? And so all of that public comment at that public hearing is considered by our board. And then the next Wednesday, and I think we're up to February 12th, the board will then decide what is the budget we want to send over to the county executive as the board's recommended budget for FY21. And then we get to take a few Wednesdays off from talking about the budget, because at that point, the county executive will begin to look at all of the priorities she's hearing for her budget, and that typically goes to the county council in the middle of April. And then they will have an opportunity, they'll invite us to come over and talk to them about our budget and the things that are in there as they debate. And then final approval at the county level, typically the end of May. And tucked in there is the end of the legislative session, and that's when we know finally what the state's budget will be. So we come back to our board at the end of May on another Wednesday. We love Wednesdays. And they then look at, well, here's how much money we're going to receive from the state and the county. Is it more than we asked for? Great. What else do we want? That hasn't happened in all 8 years that I've been here. Typically, it's, okay, we wanted this much, we got this much, we've got a gap we have to close, and then they will decide what pieces they may need to take out in order to balance the budget. We have to present a balanced budget. Revenue, expenditures have to line up. And that then goes to the county, and hopefully all is well, because then on July 1, we start spending the money. You asked for short. I hope that was short, because it's not a short process. It's a very long process, as you can see.
That's a nice overview. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then we started all over again in October. So,
hi, Dr. Alban. I heard just a little bit about the RISE program, and I'm so excited. I understand the program is relatively new, and I'm so excited to hear that you're looking to expand that program. I'm wondering if you can give a little detail about kind of where it is now and what you're hoping to do with those extra funds that you're asking for?
So when you look at the line items of our budget, you will see that there's a lot of money spent on non-public placements. A non-public placement in special education would be for any student who has needs that we really can't address through the programs that we have. As I said earlier, we're seeing an increase in complexity of needs. And so many times these students go to non-public placements. A year ago, 2 years ago, we partnered with Shepherd Pratt, and we said, what would happen if you continued to be the service provider, but you did it in one of our schools? By doing it in one of our schools, we don't have to develop the program, fund the staff, but we have inclusive opportunities available that will not be available in a non-public, and we can save students sometimes bus rides of 2 hours or more on a day. So we've had the program at Hillcrest Elementary, and there is a certain profile of student that would fit in the RISE program, and many times our higher functioning autistic children have done very well there. It's more for children who internalize behaviors as opposed to are much more external in their behavior. So we've seen success with that program. It has gotten full. We have students who are getting ready to go into the middle school level, so we would like to take and expand it and continue it at the middle school level so we can keep those students closer to home and also have some of those inclusive opportunities for them.
So the increase is right now looking to expand to a middle school program?
Yes.
Thank you.
Great questions. Any others? And I know Mr. Beninsky is saying, oh, we asked about decreasing the walking distance too, and that's in there. Just about everything that the board talked about as being priorities for this year are in there. So I just want to also say that our county executive, when she took office 6 years ago, education was one of her priorities. And she did work hard to make sure we got above maintenance of effort funding for all 6 years. This is the largest ask we have ever sent across the street. And I don't know. I don't know what her budget's going to fully look like. But I have no doubt that she and our county council will again be committed to above maintenance of effort funding. But I do want you to be very aware that this is one of the larger asks that we've delivered in my tenure as superintendent. But it was something that our Board of Education felt very strongly we needed to do, because you'll notice that there's a recommended budget, and then there's a list with $6 million of additional things that staff felt we needed. Last year, we put more things on the additional list. And so when our budget was funded, and last year, the board got off easy in May because everything balanced out, and we didn't have to make any cuts to the request there was still a lot on that list. So this year, basically what we did was we took some of that list and we said, no, we're going to put it in the recommended budget, because I hope in the video and in the message tonight you heard we've deferred a lot of things, and we're growing so rapidly that we just can't keep up. And so many position requests are in there. And again, some of that is just growth, but a lot of it is also accountability demands. We love the Kerwin recommendations, but if you could see the reporting requirements that come with them, and our office of 2 will struggle to keep up with that. So it's a big ask, and that's why your advocacy and engagement are going to be so critically important to us. So I have a question. Who will we be cheering for Saturday night? Silence. People are like, what is she talking about? The Ravens, please. You just didn't want to acknowledge it, right? Okay, well, if you forgot to ask tonight, or as you dig into it even more, you have more questions, we do have, when you go on our webpage, there's a specific email that our budget office monitors and will help you navigate through. And any of us that you see, please don't hesitate to stop and ask. I do want to thank the man behind the curtain, Mr. Daryl Boffman. Oh, you snuck into the audience. And how stealthy you were that I didn't even notice that. Daryl and his team did a phenomenal job pulling that video together, and we had a lot of people working really hard to get all those budget numbers finalized so that we had the materials to hand out today. And so I can't say enough about the incredible team of people, some of whom you see here tonight and many others who worked really hard to make sure we had all of this ready for the kickoff to budget season. Sorry, football analogy. It's on my brain right now, you know. I know, Mr. Beninsky. There you go, that's right. We want to score a touchdown this year in our budget. All right, well, with that, have an incredible remainder of your Monday evening, and tune in on Wednesday, and you can hear more details as we go through all of this again.